beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Friday morning, election time's near. People, you got to get out and vote. I saw something in the paper today, and it was by ex-mayor of New York, Mr. Giuliani, Rudy Giuliani. There is no next election. This is it. There's no more time left to revive our great country or our great county. No truer words were ever spoken, people. If Kern, Sprague, all these asswipe Democrats for the last 40 years get elected one more time, 4 more years, this county's gone, people. You read in the paper, do they think we're stupid? Kern talks all that crap. That son of a bitch has been lying for the last 12 years, people. Even the Democrats know it. It's time for a change all throughout this country. They'll put all these hit pieces. Do you notice? I talk about these politicians. They never return the call. All they can do is link me with the rest of the candidates on it is a Republican ticket. Down in East St. Louis, the Democrats, don't vote for these Republicans. People of East St. Louis, they lied to you. I'm not a Republican. Some of these candidates aren't Republicans. We're independent like you want to be, like we all want to be. We don't give a damn about party politics. I've told you 1,000 times, and I'll tell you another 1,000. The only ones care about party politics are the 5% that have good jobs, family and friends, Democrats and Republicans. What about the 90% of us that are independent, that may have Democratic or Republican leanings, but we still want to be independent? We don't want to depend on these political parties. But down in East St. Louis, there's ads that say, don't vote for these Republicans. Don't tell me not to vote for somebody. Tell me why I should vote for you. You know, I've got an ad in the Monitor. And, of course, we never get a fair shake anywhere. It's got here that I donated $2,500 at Christmas last year. And I don't want to tout my own horn, people, but I got to start defending myself. I donated $25,000. $25,000 is a lot more than $2,500. But it was a misprint. You know how these son of a bitches are, people? They're desperate. They have spent $750,000 to beat me. Now, do you think it's because of a state representative race? No, it's because of the big money in Chicago. Mike Madigan wants LaToya Greenwood to get elected so he can go up to Chicago where he's a big shot attorney and make all his money. You guys know that. They're putting $1 million into these judges' races down here. Why, I ask? Why would they do that? You know why they do that? Because it's a money thing. It's not a political thing. It's a money thing. They've got Obama's team. Vote Democrat. And I got to ask the good people all throughout St. Clair County, but especially below the hill, what has the Democratic Party done for you in the last 8 years? They give you a barbecue sandwich to get your vote. They give you $5, $10 to get your vote. people, we're smarter than that. Don't let them insult and disrespect you good people all throughout St. Clair County. Now, the Republican candidates for judge, I think one of them has 30,000, one of them has 40. But these lawyers piled up on the GOP candidates. They've spent over $1 million, people. And they're all, here, $250,000 from this law firm, $250,000 from another law firms in St. Louis, law firms in Texas, law firms all over the place. Why the hell, I ask, would they spend over $1 million to come after judges? It's not about right and wrong. It's about the big dollar. Same way with these bastards in St. Clair County. They can tell you all they want. They can link me with every one of the other candidates. And think about it, people. If I'm not worthy of your vote, I've said it 1,000,000 times, don't vote for me. If I'm the black sheep of the party, and I don't mean the Republican Party, I mean the party of the people, us Americans, don't vote for me. And I understand if I haven't earned your vote, if I'm not worthy of your vote, please. But don't hold Ed Cockrell, don't hold Roger Cook, don't hold these good candidates out because of me. But that's all these Democrats have. They've linked me. They've made me a superstar. My radio ratings have went up 2,000%. They've made me somebody I'm not. They've made me important, and I'm not important. I'm just a hardworking American. But you notice they're not saying the good things they've done in St. Clair County the last 30, 40 years because they've done nothing at all. Every hit piece, every political hit piece has Bob Romanik, and they spell my name right. And when you're in the entertainment business, you can't ask for any more. Thanks for the good exposure, because I'm not going to get caught with a young boy or a dead woman, and that's the only bad publicity. Unlike Mark Faggot Boy Kern, if you know what I mean, Faggot Boy, and I think you do. Then we've got, why aren't they distancing themselves from Mark Faggot Boy Kern? Nobody wants to be around a faggot boy Kern, do they? Got Tom Holbrook. He's been accused of some salacious, I tell you, activities. Derek Wallace has been on the show, and it's nasty. But they'll take pictures with Holbrook. See, in my life, never been accused of never been called a faggot, and I've never been called a pedophile. Other people have. Bob Romanik hasn't, but I'm the bad guy? No, I'm not the bad guy, people. I'm just a normal person who've made bad judgments in the past and will make bad judgments in the future. Don't let these people think that you're that stupid. Put a picture of me. Hell, I guess they put a picture of me with Adolf Hitler. I wasn't even around. But that doesn't make them any difference. They're going to lie to you. They're going to give you half-truths because they think you're stupid, people. We're not stupid. Maybe a little naive, but I think I've stopped some of that. I think I've educated you good people. But think about it. All this money coming through this election, Madigan going to send $750,000 down to beat me. Then there's a real nasty, I can't find it here. Of course, I can't find anything. A documentary on Madigan. And I wish I could find it, and I will find it at some point. How nasty Madigan is. He comes down from Chicago and screws everybody. Takes everything back up to Chicago. I tell you people, if I'm elected, you heard me, I'll put my political foot up his political ass. Don't give a damn about Madigan. Don't give a damn about Rauner. I give a damn about you people. Ed Cockrell, Roger Cook, Carl Officer, Dallas Cook. We give a damn about the people. We don't give a damn about party politics. We got to give up on party politics, people. It's killing us. Now, yesterday, they announced the first annual St. Clair County expungement and record sealment. Going to be tomorrow. And it says here, free legal assistance. Volunteer attorneys will be on site to assist preparing and filing of petitions to seal or expungement of St. Clair County only adult misdemeanors and felonies. Do you hear me? It's in the paper. Now, Brendan Kelly said that's not true, but the newspaper says it's true. Cahilia Clay, the circuit clerk, says it's true. The St. Clair County judges say it's true. Now, isn't it something? They want to throw all the criminals in jail. But now it's election time a week before. They didn't do this a week after the election because they think we're stupid people. Just like Kern, have a picture of him and Obama back in 2004. And Kern say he's going to do something for the riverfront. That son of a bitch is not going to do anything. And they're going to lie like they have for the last 40 years, people. And I'm talking about Democrats and Republicans. I'm talking about all you independent people, you smart, intelligent people that think for themselves, that may have Democratic leanings or may have Republican leanings. Don't let them make you dependent on them, the party, the political parties, people. Be what you are. Be independent. That's what we have to do in this great country of ours. We have to be independent. But they want us, both Democrats and Republicans, the party, not the good rank-and-file Democrats, not the good rank-and-file Republicans. But see, they hate me because I expose them day after day after day. And they can put all the hit pieces they want out on Bob Romanik. Just spell my name right. They don't put hit pieces out with the faggot boy, Kern. They don't put hit pieces out on Mr. Haney, Tom Holbrook. And Tom, I went to school with you, and you were a weird, ignorant son of a bitch in high school. And if what Derek Wallace says about you is true, you need to, in my opinion, you need to be under the jail, because there's nothing more egregious than the allegations that Derek Wallace have alleged about you, Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook. And I won't bring up what they are because I don't want to hurt his family. I don't want to hurt his daughter. I don't want to hurt anybody in his family. But see, these guys can hide behind that smoke screen. They can say all they want about Bob Romanik. Bob Romanik's a decent man. Bob Romanik has made some bad judgments in his time, and Bob Romanik will continue to make some bad judgments until they put me 6 foot under, because you know why? I'm a human being. But I'm an American first, and I love this country, and I'm going to fight for my rights. I'm going to fight for your rights. And people of St. Clair County, understand me. This is serious. I go crazy sometime, but this is serious. These guys have misled you. There's been this corruption for 40 years in St. Clair County. Now, they can put all the political hit pieces they want out on Bob Romanik and have a picture of me and Ed Cockrell. Ed Cockrell's going to be coming in. He's a decent man. He's a hardworking man. He's worked for everybody in St. Clair County. Please, he's worthy of your vote. Maybe I'm not. And if I'm not, don't vote for me. But don't let these ass-white bastard Democrats think you're that stupid. Oh, you can't vote for Ed Cockrell because he shook Bob Romanik's hand. He's a bad guy. No, Ed Cockrell's a good guy. You can't vote for Roger Cook because he shook Bob Romanik's hand and they might have had coffee together. What about everybody that had coffee with Blagojevich? They don't remember that, do they? Every one of these son of a bitches, when Governor Blagojevich was the governor, was up there. We've got pictures of the governor with Kern, pictures of the government with LaToya Greenwood with the governor. We've got pictures of the governor with all these son of a bitches. But we're not going to insult the good people of St. Clair County. We know just because they shake somebody's hand, just because they're on the same ballot. If you've got a black sheep in your family that robbed a bank, they don't come in and arrest the whole family. They arrest the guy that did wrong. And this is the same situation, people. They think you're stupid. Again, if I'm not worthy of your vote, I understand that. But these other candidates are. They're great candidates. Don't hurt them, and more so, hurt yourself by not electing these good public servants. I understand, people. I understand. Bad judgment to pass by me, and see, my opponents, they've never made bad judgment to hear them talk. But they never put anything good that they've done. Now, they lied. Kern's lied. LaToya Greenwood's lied. They've all lied about what they've done. Research this, people. The last 40 years, St. Clair County has been negative, been in the negative. Millions of dollars. Your taxes are going up. LaToya Greenwood, my opponent, has taken $750,000, so they throw all these hit pieces out on me. You know why? They're worried that I'm going to win and expose them. They're worried that I'm going to win and not vote for any tax increase. I'll never vote for a tax increase. LaToya Greenwood from East St. Louis will be having 3 public jobs that the taxpayers are paying for. She's going to bobblehead for Madigan. Hell, if somebody gives you $750,000, you don't think that you'd be obligated to them? I haven't taken a penny. I've funded my own campaign. And again, I'm not a perfect guy, but I'm a perfect warrior for you people in Springfield. Think about it. Think about it. Mark Kern, all these idiots, all they have to do is talk negative about me. That's fine. But they've lost, they lost sight of the big picture. And the big picture is helping the people of St. Clair County. They haven't done it yet, and they're not going to. But remember, people, we the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, we've got Democrats on the ballot. We've got Republicans. We've got men. We've got women. We've got black, and we've got white. And that's our philosophy. Vote the person, not the party. We don't give a damn about party politics. No party affiliation. I have no party affiliation other than with the good, decent people of St. Clair County. Both Democrats, Republicans, men, women, black and white. True Americans, not party Democrat, party Republicans. I want true Americans supporting me. I want the red, white, and blue Americans. I want the people that have maybe in their life, just maybe made a mistake or two and been forgiven. Let's get together, people. Don't let this smokescreen kill not only the good candidates running against this St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption, but it's going to kill you in the end, going to kill your family financially, your children, your grandchildren. After 40 years, these people keep lying. They've got all these slick ads out because they think you people are stupid. And you people aren't stupid. You're very, very intelligent. You can read through all that. I'm going to have Ed Cockrell coming on momentarily. They tell me there's another political hit piece with me and him. I must be the most popular guy in town. You know that? And actually, some of those pictures make me look better than I look because I am an ugly son of a bitch. I got to tell you that. But people, it's serious. Sometimes I make light on the show, but it's serious. It's serious, this election. And it's not going to get better. We've got some callers. We're going to take some callers in just a minute. Just hold on, please. But think about it. This election is going to either make us or break us. Let's take a caller. Go ahead, call.
Romanik.
Go ahead. But, this is some guy just called. We had to cut it because he used some cuss words. Talk about he was in prison with me. See, that's all they've got to do, people. They can talk about Bob. Do you understand that this whole county election is focused on Bob Romanik? I take that as a compliment. But buddy, if you were the one in prison with me, I think I remember you because your mother and I had a great time together, and she talked about you being a pedophile. So if you're the guy, you know what I'm talking about, and I think you do. See, that's the problem. That's the problem, people. These guys want to all give the okey-doke. Kern, Sprague, they won't come on this radio station. When Bob Romanik says something, when Bob Romanik throws a rock, he throws it and waves both hands. I want you to know where it's come from. They're going to have some asswipe call up. We've been in prison with... People, you got to understand, this is not about Bob Romanik. It's about your future. I give a damn less. You can send LaToya Greenwood to Springfield. And I got to tell you, how come everybody, and I thought about that today. There's a treasurer running the state of Missouri. Want to change this and going to change that. She's going to be the treasurer. She's not going to change a damn thing. But she's going to be the treasurer. And that's people, they all lie. Here's LaToya Greenwood. She's got on the back page of my ad, I will be an advocate for education, vital public services, and a staunch supporter of the working families. That's so generic. She's so staunch about advocate of education. She works for School District 189. Her daddy's a school district president for 189, not for much longer. She sends her children to school in Belleville because she doesn't want to be around all the disappointment and all the corruption that her and her father have caused. 18 family members in her family. They don't tell you about that, people. But she advocates. See, they all lower taxes, better education, more jobs, less crime. That's been going on. They've been saying that crap, these politicians, for 50 years. They've been saying that for 50 years. We got another caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob, it's Derek Wallace. How are you?
Hey, Derek, how you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I'm in absolute disbelief out here in Las Vegas, hearing what's going on down there with the expungement, and you guys have a crazy mess going on down there. But yeah, back to the subject of Holbrook. I just heard you mention him again. You know, it's been over a month and a half that I first called you and we first started talking about this. And like you said, they never call in, they never defend themselves. So today I just want to put it back out there again for everyone who's outraged about the expungement. If anyone has actually seen the website, knows what I'm accusing Tom of, I would very much like to hear him say anything, defend himself, do anything, some kind of a comment about this. There's nothing but crickets.
Yeah, let me
obviously, this is typical.
Let me tell you, Derek, you're exactly right. You said in your articles, and what you've alleged is really nasty, really egregious. You've said, and I've read all the information that you've put on your website, and you're asking for Tom Holbrook to sue you. And I'll tell you, Derek, if you said half those things about me and they weren't true, I'd have your ass in court tomorrow. But apparently Tom Holbrook hasn't said a word, hasn't said a peep. I wonder what the hell's going on in his mind, Derek.
Well, I can tell you this, yeah, any normal person would stand up immediately and defend themselves. You don't even think twice about it. You say, here I am, and come say it to my face. Holbrook is afraid to face anybody. He's afraid to even answer his phone.
Yeah, now, Derek, let's give a little background. You used to live, Holbrook lived with your mother back in the day, right, in Cahokia?
That is correct. He moved in with us, and then we moved to Belleville so he could stay within the voting district. Because whoever his opponent was back in the day found out he was outside the district, so we relocated for that reason, came back to Belleville. But, we were around him for about 4 or 5 years, and it was a very, very dark time in my life. The darkest time of my life.
Now, and what some of these things you're alleging, and we won't talk about them on the air because they're too nasty, they're too egregious, they're too salacious, and these are allegations at this time. But I personally think you've got all the facts and the truth you need. But you live with him. He was with your mother, and some of the allegations that you've alleged, Derek, are just so salacious. Again, I don't even want to talk about them on the air, but how many times have you tried to tell him or demand that he sues you, and he's never made any contact? But you're putting some nasty stuff out there, allegedly, about Tom Holbrook.
Well, I've been trying for years to expose him on the scale that you're helping me with now. The thing is, I think I can say this, that he has sent me some threatening letters in the past, emails to say they were straight up death threats is what they were.
Well, so, in your opinion, do you still have those, Derek?
Here's what he would do. He was sending them through MySpace, social media back in the day, because you could start an account, delete that account, and then it would delete the message that was in your inbox. I did call the FBI about it and everything, and they said they could not trace it for that reason. So he was being very slick about it. But if this man was not an issue, I wouldn't be as concerned. But not only that, like I said, you've read what I'm claiming that he has done, the allegations I'm making, and I don't like the fact that he's, for one, breathing the same air the rest of us. He should be in prison for multiple lifetimes. And the fact that he's living like a god among men, stealing the taxpayer money, is absolutely disgusting and unacceptable. So, yes, like I said, I am not going to stop until this man is gone.
Well, Derek, you live with him, and I don't want to know all the, and you've told me off the air some of the egregious allegations that you have made on him, but if those are true, he's just one low-life, no-count son of a bitch. But here he is, Derek. They talk about Bob Romanik had bad judgment 20 years ago, and they bring bad light out on me, but they don't bring bad light out on their candidates. And I'll tell you what, if what you say is true, Derek Wallace, about Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook, there should be no light shined on Tom Holbrook, in my opinion. He should be underneath the veil. Derek Wallace, you keep in touch. I know you've got your website going, and I don't want to put it out, but somebody asked me, well, what's going on? And I say, hell, I don't know, but somebody told me just Google Tom Holbrook or Google Derek Wallace. So, Derek Wallace, thank you very much. I hope you're successful. But I do have to say, people, if what Derek Wallace accuses Tom Holbrook of, I'd have Derek's ass in jail tomorrow. Tom Holbrook, I'd like to know, just personally, I'd like to know, why aren't you taking legal action against this man for all the allegations and nasty, egregious allegations that he's alleged upon you? Now, but the Democrats, they'll hang with Mr. Haney Holbrook. And by the way, talking to Mr. Haney Holbrook, I've had 2 people call. They had to hit the Republican candidates 3 times on that touch tone, on that touch screen. They couldn't. They hit it and it flipped over. They hit it again. Now, how many people do you think go into those polls and just don't give a damn, get frustrated? They're not going to ask for help, because if they ask for help, people will think they're stupid. They don't have any more paper ballots. You get sent home if you want a paper ballot for early voting. What does that tell you? Because they can manipulate the paper ballots, but they can certainly manipulate those touch screens. People of St. Clair County, they're stealing from us. They're stealing from us, all of us, not just the candidates. Got another caller? Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Bob. This is Addie.
Hey, Addie, how you doing, honey?
The old fart from Fairview Heights. Well, honey, I'm telling you, I'm behind you 150%. 200 if it's possible.
Hey, Addie, down in East St. Louis and St. Clair County, we can get 200% of votes because that's what they've been doing for the last 30 years. How's your world going, Addie?
Pretty darn good. I saw you yesterday up there at the courthouse. Never got a chance to talk with you because I had my German Shepherd with me. And some guy walked up to me and he said, "You're not allowed to be having a dog walking on the street." I said, "Go to hell."
Hey, Addie, I want to ask you, and you never ask a woman her age, but you've told me before. How old are you, Addie?
Well, I'm 86.
86 years young. And I tell you what, I hope you got enough spunk to be 16. Addie, listen, I just hope you come out in the good people of St. Clair County. And Addie, what I want to say best about you, you know I'm a no good son of a bitch. I'm a sinner. I've made mistakes, but you still like me. And for that, if there's a spot, if I earned any spot in heaven, I want to give it to you 50 years down the road when you go, because that's awful nice of you to support me being the bad guy that I am.
I love you, and I will be behind you. And I mean, I'll get out there and I'll kick ass.
Addie, thank you very much. Addie, our 86-year-old young good friend, thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. Carl Officer just walked in, Ed Cockrell. We're going to let them talk about a little bit of their background, a little bit what they're going to do, not what the bad guys have done. I'll tell you all that. They want to tell you some of the positive things, and we'll be back right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, your guardian of the First Amendment, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, we appreciate the callers. Let's make one more call. I've got Ed Cockrell I need to speak with momentarily. Go ahead, caller.
Hey,
You're on
Mr.
the dark
Romanik,
side.
How you doing? This is Dwayne from the Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church. How you doing, sir?
Hey, sir, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I have went and voted. Was you supposed to have been on the ballot or something?
Was I supposed to? Yeah, I think I'm a candidate.
Yes, sir. I didn't quite see your name. I see Mr. Officer. I see Mr. Cockrell, and I was just curious as to that ballot. I didn't recall seeing you on there.
Where did you vote out of, Dwayne?
I voted up at the Caseyville Township.
No, I'm not in your district, but you know what, though, sir? I sincerely approve. Why would you? Now, are you a man of the cloth?
I can hear you, sir.
Are you a Christian man?
Yes, sir.
Why the hell would you even consider voting for Bob Romanik?
Well, I mean, it seems as if you're and Mr. Officer and Mr. Crocker, and you guys are trying to make a difference. I'm from East St. Louis, and I haven't seen any improvement in there in the last 30, 40 years, and I just thought that, a change is necessary if we're going to, progress in East St.Louis. East St. Louis is one of the greatest cities ever been made, but with all the stuff that's been going on there for the last 30 years, it's really just gotten worse than what it really is. Dwayne,
hey, you know what? We want to get you running. You're a very intelligent man. You understand what's going on in St. Clair County. You're right, sir. After 40 years, nothing's been done. But, Dwayne, thank you for even considering giving me a vote. You're a decent man, and thanks for forgiving me, because I know you forgave me if you were going to give me a vote. So thank you very much, sir. Hope you have a safe weekend, and thanks for being such a nice gentleman.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Speaking of nice gentlemen, and I use that term quite loosely. No, I really don't. This man here, people, has been giving out his personal phone number on the radio station for the last 4 or 5 years, helping people all over St. Clair County get their taxes reduced when it's legally available to them. Because Ed Cockrell will say, I don't want to screw the county, but I'm sure not going to let our citizens get screwed. He doesn't say screwed. That's my terminology. But with me today, our candidate for St. Clair County Board of Review, the most qualified Board of Review candidate we've ever had, and our good friend, a proud member of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, Mr. Ed Cockrell. Ed, how the hell you doing today, buddy?
Well, Bob, I'm doing pretty good. And I guess it's my turn. The hit piece came out on me this morning. So thank you and good riddance. And, if they're hard up that they have to do that this early before the election, that more power to them. Bring it on.
Ed, you've been around.
I don't run from this sort of stuff. And
you've
Bob,
been around in politics a long time, Ed. Have you ever seen them spend in the last 30, 40 years, these people are so desperate, they've done nothing in the last 40 years, so they're going to put me on with you guys. They don't put Tom Holbrook on. They don't put Blagojevich on. But it's amazing how desperate they are that they're going to give half-truths. They're going to lie to the public just to get a vote. It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, lying, manipulation, deceit, that's their standard mode of operation.
Yes,
anymore.
It is.
And it's really magnified now that we're getting down into the home stretch of this election. First of all, let me thank Dwayne for calling in, and thank you for your vote, Dwayne. We appreciate that, me and Carl Officer and all the rest of the Freedom Coalition candidates. What I would like to say is go tell all your friends and neighbors to vote for us now. And I think the way the voter turnout's coming in, Bob, I feel very strong that this thing's going to happen. The attack pieces are being turned up. I mean, you must be the most hated person in St. Clair County. I thought it was me today because I'm equal with you. Everybody else has to have 2 or 3 candidates on a hit piece with you. They put me by myself with you. And, of course, the lies and the untruths. But, folks, here's my cell number, 618-406-5767. Feel free to call me anytime. Even if you're not going to vote for me, I'll help you with your taxes. I'll help your friends. I'll help your neighbors. I'll help your relatives make sure they get all their exemptions. But, folks, understand, it's time to make a difference. It's never been like this for 40 or 50 years, and it probably won't ever be again like this for another 40, 50 years. Get out there, vote. Get out there, talk it up. Get out there and make a difference. I was in East St. Louis yesterday helping some people down there. Stopped talking to New Vision Democrat headquarters down there. I've been all over the county. I was in Mascoutah last night. What a great reception we had in Mascoutah the other night. I mean, people. These aren't people who are normally political. These are people just coming out to see what's going on.
These are true Americans. Americans.
The veterans there. Thank them for allowing us to host it there. They're good people. And folks, don't believe everything you read. And certainly, if it says St. Clair County, St. Clair County Democrat Central Committee,
right?
If it's from them, Just go ahead and throw that away. Because
Ed,
it's all half-truths, lies, and manipulation.
I know you don't have much more time, but this hit piece, Madigan has sent 750,000, probably $1 million when it's all over, to beat me, because it's not about politics in Springfield and Chicago. It's about big money, because all this money's being spent. And you, Ed Cockrell, you are probably, and I know you don't want to talk about it all the time, but you have to defend yourself. You have to show and tell your qualifications. Before you go, give us your qualifications one more time. Your opponent is nothing but been a county board member who has kissed Kern's ass. She has no qualifications. Everybody knows that. Give your qualifications and let the people, don't let these hit pieces decide, people, who you're going to vote for. Let the qualifications, let the person be the decision that you make.
Well, since you brought up my opponent, Bob, she follows 4 words, 2 sets of 4 words very well. Shut up and vote and do as you're told. And she does that very well. She's a good trooper for them, okay? Now, she's going to say, well, I didn't have anything to do with all this stuff, and that's okay. Girlfriend, 2 words for you, be afraid.
Politically, of course.
Politically, of course. Be afraid.
Give me your qualifications, Ed.
I'm a certified Illinois assessing officer. I've been that since 2009. I've got over 90 hours of continuing education as such. I have helped literally hundreds and hundreds of people with exemptions and that. But my most important qualification, Bob, is I'm a good guy, I'm a good husband, I'm a good father, and I'm a good grandfather. And I think somebody that's wanting to make a difference, bring it on. I'm there, and I'm willing to fight the culture of corruption to make a difference for everybody in this county.
Well, I know, Ed, we've all asked to have debates. You've asked your opponent. All she is a bobblehead for Mark Faggot Boy Kern. And if that's my words, not Ed Cockrell's. If that's what you people want, if you want people bobbleheading for these guys like they've done the last 40 years, I don't even know her name, don't want to know her name, but I know Ed Cockrell. I know what he's done for the good people of St. Clair County, men, women, black, white, Democrats, and Republicans. So, Ed, I'm for you. Dwayne was for you. I think the majority of people are for you. And I think we're polling very well because they're so afraid that they're going to lose foothold. They're going to lose all their jobs for their family and their friends. That they're spending a fortune because they know the people are tired, and there's going to be a difference come 2016, November the 8th. And people, don't let them tell you your vote doesn't count, because it does. We've got them on the run. Let's keep them on the run. Ed, last word.
Bob, thank you. I want to thank you for allowing us to facilitate the Freedom of Coalition and its mission to vote the person and not the party. Yeah, we're all Republicans is on the ballot. But you know what? We haven't pledged allegiance to anybody other than the flag of the United States of America.
Thank you.
Other than that, that's the only thing I pledge allegiance to. But let everybody know, come November the 9th, if it's fair, it ought to stand. And believe me, there's other issues. I'll see everybody at 1 o'clock this afternoon in front of the courthouse, because this expungement thing is nothing but political, and it's sad.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ed Cockrell, your candidate for Board of Review and also a proud member of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. And Ed's right. 1 o'clock, there's going to be a big rally at the courthouse. They're having an expungement, people, a week before the election. That's how worried they are. We, the people, Democrats, Republican, men, women, black and white, we can make a difference. Don't let all this crap you read in the paper. What do I tell you? I tell you to listen to me. I never tell you to believe me. I tell you to listen to me. I tell you to research it. Then I tell you you will, at that point, understand what I'm talking about. I've exposed these son of a bitches for the last 6, 7, 8 years. You won't get it any place but here. You won't get it in these asswipe newspapers with the half-truths. People, they're afraid. They're spending millions of dollars to beat us. They're spending these political hit pieces out. Not what they've done for the last 40 years, because they've done nothing. They have no record to defend. That's why they cannot defend themselves. You understand what's going on, people. You make the decision. Don't let that propaganda sway your vote. Election, November the 8th, 2016 is drawing near, people. We've got them on the run. Every vote will count. Let's get out, people. Let's make a difference. Let's vote the person, not the party. This is Bob Romanik. the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud, you hear me, proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, Carl Officer just walked in, but before I do this, I'm a proud white man. Sometimes I'm ashamed to be white. Here's a stupid-ass Lachine running for judge. This ignorant, white, stupid bastard. Vote Dem. It says, vote from A to Z from Hillary and me. Vote Democrat. The president and Michelle will. He's not over this ignorant. Hey, Lachine, get off that old, white, stinky, wrinkled ass of yours. How do you know Obama's going to vote for you and Michelle and Hillary? See, people? Not just the proud black people, the proud white people. These guys think we're stupid. Vote for me from A to Z, from Hillary to me. Hey, Lachine, get off your... You know why this son of a bitch is running for judge? He's told people, and I've heard him say he wants to die in office so his family can get the life insurance. Hey, you son of a bitch and Democrats, not the proud rank and file, but the Democratic organization of St. Clair County, you bastards been dead and stinking for a long time. And speaking of dead... With us, the most qualified candidate ever to run for St. Clair County Coroner, our friend and yours, Mr. Carl E. Officer. Mayor, how the hell you doing?
Good morning, Bob. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, okay.
You hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there.
I saw some excellent pictures of you last night. And
yeah, but you've been looking at a lot of dead folks. That's why.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I think it's a testimony to your impact as a radio host, as a candidate, and more importantly, as a proud American. Anytime they can come at you the way they're coming at you for a state representative race in St. Clair County, absolutely incredible. You have gotten more ink. Every one of us that are running alongside you with the Freedom Coalition, what do they call us, the misfits?
Yeah, Bob Romanik and his misfits.
If I got to be an MF, I guess misfit is probably the best MF I could be.
Yeah, but you're not You're not like Mark the faggot boy Kern, but go ahead. That's my words, not Carl Officer's, but go ahead.
I really do believe for the next 11 days, as I just heard a good friend of mine, Kelvin Ellis, just say, and we just got to keep the pressure on. Right now, I've been in politics long enough to know that when somebody says this nuts negative effort about one person and then ties the rest of us to that, they can't point to anything that they've done positive over the last 12 years. They can't talk about anything positive. And one thing that you just talked about, that ad in the East St. Louis Monitor newspaper, I shared it with you yesterday. I'm finding today, when I read this article in today's paper, Belleville News Democrat, get free assistance to seal and expunge court records on Saturday. You've already addressed it, but what I find more egregious is this. They're saying volunteer judges and attorneys will help people to start the process. Two things. One, they're lying to people, letting them believe that we're going to clean your record up. If you've been in an armed robbery, if you've committed a rape, if you've done this, we're going to clean your record up. That's just to get them out there to get their hopes up. And in order to do it in a way that they think, this shows the racial side of this. They're using a black female judge.
Right.
They got Zena Cruz. Now, I know Zena. She's a nice lady. But I don't believe Zena volunteered for this duty than I'm volunteering to go to Mogul or to Afghanistan tomorrow, okay? And then bomb anybody or run a funeral over there. And then plenty of business. But, the volunteer judges and the attorneys, they're all being ordered by the St. Clair County Democratic Culture Corruption. Every one of those persons that are going to show up Saturday that are going out there are not volunteering. They're being ordered by the boss, Sprague. There's no question in my mind. But I want to just simply say this. People, don't be fooled. If you can get your record expunged, great. Do it. But don't think that this is being done on October the 28th because they just came up with this idea that they wanted to help you. They could have done this 6 months ago. They could have done it 6 weeks from now. They're doing this to try to play upon you to get you to vote for them and their candidates. The last thing I want to say, Bob, is that I appreciate the time that you've given me. I want to thank all those persons who have voted for me already and voted for the rest of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We are not stopping at all. We're not going to stop on November the 9th. We're going to be busy working on the people's behalf on November the 9th, the 10th, and every day after that, because we're going to win this election. And we're going to win this with your help. We're going to make this county free again.
Mr. Carl Officer, you're a candidate for St. Clair County Coroner and a proud member and co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. I'd be remiss. I want to say hello to Mr. Oliver Hamilton and Mr. Kelvin Ellis, two people that I'm proud. You hear me? I'm proud to call them my friends. Now, they're not perfect people. They've made mistakes in the past. They're going to make mistakes in the future, just like I have, and guess what? Just like all of us have. But I'm proud to stand next to Kelvin Ellis, Oliver Hamilton, because they become part of the New Vision Democrats. Now, the St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption will tell you good people in East St. Louis that they're not Democrats. They are proud, they're true Democrats. They broke away. The New Vision Democrats broke away from the culture of corruption. They broke away. They came off the political plantation. They're fighting for you good people in East St. Louis. And if you become part of the New Vision Democrats, you are a true Democrat. The St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption has infiltrated the Democratic Party in East St. Louis. They tried to make all of you slaves. You're not slaves. You're proud black people. Stand up and be counted. Stand up and support the New Vision Democrats of St. Clair County, because they are the true Democrats with a new vision for St. Clair County. People, we got to go. We're running out of time. The election's coming up November the 8th. Bob Romanik, not a perfect candidate, but a perfect warrior to go to Springfield. I promise you, I'll put my foot up Mike Madigan's ass. And if Ronner gives me crap, the other foot will go up his ass, because I'm for the people of St. Clair County. They can talk all about me all they want. I'm going to fight for you people. What I did 20 years ago, the mistake I may have made, I've made up for it 1,000 times over. I'm tired. I'm tired of these people trying to take all of our candidates and saying they're all bad. If I'm not worthy of your vote, you heard me, please don't vote for me, but vote for these candidates that are going to help destroy the St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption once and for all. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back Monday. Hey, and by the way, Mark Faggot Boy Kern, the leader of the St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption. I want to know why they call you Faggot Boy, but that's for another day. I don't think I'd want to be associated with somebody with that nickname, but that's just Bob Romanik. But people, seriously, let's continue to help destroy this culture of corruption in St. Clair County. The true Democrats, come out and vote against the democratic culture of corruption. Come out and clean up your house once and for all. Get rid of the black sheep in your family, in your Democratic family. Get back to the real democratic philosophy and way of life. Vote the St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption out. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is there to help people. We can work together. So let's continue to unite. Black, white, men, women, Democrats and Republicans, unite. Let's continue to expose these asswipe, no good for nothing, rotten son of a bitch and low life, political, parasitical, perverted punks that we call politicians. And on November the 8th, let's do what we have to do for us and future generations. Let's destroy the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption once and for all. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.